Hello guys, welcome back to the course. In this video, we are going to deploy machine learning model using Dash. Okay, let's get started. Let's open a new terminal and we are going to install Dash. Let's copy and paste this, pip install Dash, and let's hit enter. It will take few seconds, maybe 5 or 10 seconds. Okay, we have successfully installed Dash. Next, we are going to import several Python libraries. Firstly, we are going to import Dash. We are going to use this library for building interactive web apps. Next, we are going to import HTML components, core components, and callback tools. From Dash, import HTML, DCC, input, make sure it is uppercase, output, and the last one is state. Next, we are going to import pandas. Import pandas as PD. We are going to use this library for loading the datasets. Next, we are going to import joblib. We are going to use this library to load the model. Next, we are going to import label encoder from scikit-learn.preprocessing import label encoder. Make sure it is uppercase. We are going to use this library for encoding categorical variables. Okay, let's continue. Now we are going to initialize the Dash app. Let's create a new variable. I'm going to name it app, and we are going to utilize this library Dash. Let's copy and paste that .dash, and let's put name inside the parentheses. Next, we are going to set the web app title. App.title. In this case, the title will be flight, price, ticket, predictions. Next, we are going to copy and paste some of the codes from Streamlit app. If you remember, in the previous video, we've already deployed machine learning model using Streamlit. So let's open this file, streamlit app.py, and we are going to copy and paste some of the codes because they are going to be relatively similar. So let's copy and paste this and let's put them here. Just a quick reminder, we created a functions called load model and data. Firstly, we defined the file path for the model, and we also defined the file path for the datasets. Next, you will need to make sure decision tree flight model.pkl is in desktop and flight dataset.csv is also in desktop. If they are not in desktop, you will need to adjust the file path. However, if you don't have these files, don't worry. Let's open Google Colab. To get the machine learning model, you will need to recompile the code, but you need to save the model using joblib. So you need to add these two lines. And for the datasets, you will need to download it from Kaggle. Just click this and just click download dataset as zip. Okay, let's continue. Let's go back to VS Code. Next, we load the machine learning model using joblib, and we load the datasets using pd.readcsv, and we call the functions down here. Next, we use label encoder to convert categorical columns to numerical format. In this case, we have 3 categorical columns: airline, source, and destinations. Those columns have string data type. Therefore, they need to be converted into numerical format. Next, we are going to copy and paste another function. So let's open streamlit app.py file again, and we are going to copy and paste this function, save transform, and let's put it here. Just a quick reminder, this is a helper functions for encoding new input values. And since we are not using Streamlit, so we're going to remove this line. Then after that, we are going to define main app layout. App.layout equals HTML.div. Next, we are going to set the layout styling, style, and let's create a brace. We are going to set the max width to 600 pixel. Next, we are going to set the margin to auto. Then after that, we are going to set the padding to 20 pixel. Next, we are going to set the font family to Arial. And let's add comma. Next, we are going to add the content, children, and let's create a bracket, html.h1. The header will be flight, price, predictions, app. Next, we are going to define the style. We are going to set text aligned to center. And let's add comma. Next, we are going to add introductions text, html.p, make sure it is uppercase, and this is going to be instructions for the user. Enter your flight details below to get an estimated ticket price using decision tree regressor model. Next, we are going to add horizontal line, html.hr. And make sure you add comma here. Next, we are going to add section header, html.h3. And inside the parentheses, let's add input flight details. Let's add comma. Next, we are going to add label for airline dropdown, html.label. Make sure it is uppercase, and let's put airline inside the parentheses. Next, we are going to add dropdown for airline selections, dcc.dropdown. Okay, now we are going to add input ID for callback. We are going to set the ID to airline input. Then after that, we are going to create drop-down options. Let's create a bracket and let's add a brace inside the bracket. We are going to set the label to i.title. Next, we are going to set the value to I. Then after that, we are going to create a for loop for I in sorted data, and let's put airline inside the bracket dot unique, because we want to get all unique values from this column, and in this case I is the index of the for loop. And let's add comma after the bracket. Next, we are going to add the default value, sorted data, and let's put airline inside the bracket dot unique, because we want to get the unique values. Next, we are going to put 0 inside the bracket, and let's add comma. Then after that, we are going to add label for source dropdown. We are going to do the same thing. HTML dot label, make sure it is uppercase, and let's put source inside the parentheses, and the logic is going to be relatively similar, so you can copy and paste this, and we are going to modify this a little bit. Firstly, we are going to replace Erlang input with source input. Let's do it. Next, we are going to replace Erlang with source. And we are going to do the same thing here. And the rest will be the same. And let's add comma. Next, we are going to add label for destination dropdown. HTML.label. And let's put destinations inside the parentheses, and the code is going to be very similar, so let's copy and paste this, and we are going to modify this a little bit. We are going to replace Erlang input with destination input. Next, we are going to replace Erlang with destination, and we are going to do the same thing here. Next, we are going to add label for total stops dropdown. HTML.label, and let's put total stops inside the parentheses. Let's add comma. Next, we are going to add numeric input for durations. DCC.input. Firstly, we are going to set the ID to stops input. Next, we are going to set the type to number. Then after that, we are going to set minimum to 0. We are going to set step 2.5. And we are going to set value to 1. Okay, let's continue. Next, we are going to add label for duration input. HTML.label. Inside the parentheses, let's put durations. Let's add comma. Next, we are going to add numeric input for flight durations. It is going to be the same, so you can copy and paste this line, but we are going to replace stops input with duration input, and the rest will be the same. Next, we are going to add label for month input. HTML.label. Inside the parentheses, let's put month 1 to 12. Let's add comma. Next, we are going to add numeric input for month. Let's copy and paste this line. And we are going to replace stops input with month input. For the mint, we are going to replace 0 with 1. Next, we are going to set max to 12. For step, we are going to replace 0.5 with 1, and for value, it is going to be 1. Okay, let's continue. Now we are going to add line breaks for spacing. HTML.br, make sure it is uppercase, comma, HTML.br again. And let's add comma. Next, we are going to create button that will trigger the predictions. HTML.button, make sure it is uppercase, and the text that will be displayed on the button is predict price. We are going to set the ID to predict button, Next, we are going to set n clicks to 0. And let's add comma. Then after that, we are going to add line breaks for spacing again. So you can copy and paste this line, html.br, and let's put it here. Next, we are going to add div for displaying prediction result. html.div, make sure it is uppercase. We are going to set id to prediction output. Then after that, we are going to define the style. We are going to set the font size to 20 pixel. Next, we are going to set the font weight to bold. And let's add comma after the parenthesis. Next, we are going to add horizontal line. html.hr. Next, we are going to define callback to connect inputs and outputs. Add app.callback. Okay, firstly, we are going to add the output. Make sure it is uppercase. And let's copy and paste predictions output. And let's put it inside the parentheses. And let's add children, comma. Next, we are going to add the button clicks input. Let's copy and paste predict button. That's the ID for the button, right? Comma. And let's copy and paste n clicks. And let's put it inside the parentheses, comma. Next, we are going to add the erlang value input. State. Let's copy and paste erlang input. And let's put it inside the parentheses, comma, value. Next, we are going to add the source value input. You can copy and paste this line. And we are going to replace erlang input with source input. And the rest will be the same. Next, we are going to add destination value input. Let's copy and paste that line again. And let's replace erlang input with destination input. Next, we are going to add stops value input. Let's copy and paste this again, and we are going to replace erlang input with stops input. Let's copy and paste this line again. Next, we are going to add duration value input. So let's replace erlang input with duration input. Let's copy and paste this line again. And we're going to add month value input. So let's replace erlang input with month input. Okay, we are done with this app callback. Next, we are going to define callback functions. I'm going to name the functions predict price. You can name it whatever you want. It is totally up to you. And these functions has 7 parameters. The first one is n clicks. The second one is erlang. The third one is source. The fourth one is destinations. The fifth one is stops. The sixth one is durations. And the last one is month. And now we are going to create a conditional statement to check if n clicks is greater than 0. If n clicks is greater than 0, then we are going to encode the data. Next, we are going to copy and paste some of the codes from Streamlit app file. So let's open this file again. And we are going to copy and paste these parts. And let's put them here. And let's fix the indent. Make sure the indent is correct. And we are going to replace airline input with airline. Next, we are going to replace source input with source. Next, we are going to replace destinations input with destinations. We are going to replace stops input with stops. We are going to replace duration hours with durations. And lastly, we are going to replace month input with month. Okay, so this is the input data. Next, we are going to use the decision tree regressor model to make predictions based on this input data. Then after that, we are going to add 0 inside this bracket. And we are also going to format the prediction text. Let's create a new variable. I'm going to name it result text. Let's type in estimated flight ticket price. And we are going to round it up to 2 decimals. Dot format. And let's copy and paste predicted price. And let's put it inside the parentheses. And we are going to return the formatted output text. Returned result text. Let's copy and paste this variable. Else, if n clicks is less than 0, then we are going to return empty string. Okay, we are done with these functions. Next, we are going to run the app only if the script is executed directly. If name is equals to main, then we are going to run this app in debug mode for live updates. App.run, and we are going to set debug to true. Okay guys, we are done. Let's save the file. Just click file and click save. Okay, now we are going to compile the code. So let's open a new terminal. Let's click this. And firstly, I'm going to clear the terminal. And let's type in cd/user/Chris Aldica, that's my username, /desktop, because we want to access the file in desktop because this file is in desktop, right? And let's type in python app-py because that's the name of the file. And let's hit enter. Okay, just wait guys, it will take few seconds, maybe 10 or 20 seconds. Okay, here we go. Here is the link. Let's copy and paste this and let's open Google Chrome. You can use any browser that you want, it is totally up to you. And here we go. Okay, let's select the airline. I'm going to select Air Asia. Next, I'm going to select the city source, Delhi. Next, I'm going to select the destinations, Kolkata. For the total stops, I'm going to enter 0. For the durations, I'm going to enter 2 hours. And for the month, I'm going to select March. So I'm going to enter 3. And let's click predict price. Okay, the estimated flight ticket price is 4,906 rupee. Okay guys, we have successfully deployed machine learning model using Dash. I think that's it. That's all you need to know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.